What's up, guys? Welcome to another early access video here with some of the new Edge of Eternities cards. This deck doesn't play a lot of them, but I just couldn't resist. I couldn't resist to wait with playing this deck because it's got two pretty big upgrades. I would hope. You could argue as well that because of rotation happening, this entire deck, because it doesn't lose much, also gets a lot better. And yeah, it just seems to be one of the clear winners of rotation, I would think. The mana base is a little worse for sure, but a lot of decks have worse mana base. But yeah, so for example, like Edge of Eternities, this is a heavy artifact themed set, and we have Sweeper here in white and blue-white control that destroys all artifacts and creatures. So we have that like kind of farewell flavor for 5 mana, and that seems very good into a set where people are gonna try out artifact decks, especially the Simulacrum Synthesizer stuff. Is probably going to see standard play now with like various new synergies in the new set. And yeah, just why not? But talking about new cards, we've gotten a 1 mana Portable Hole that is Portable Hole Seam Rip, but it's not that. It's an enchantment. It's just Portable as an enchantment. I mean, pretty much the same. It is the same card, but it nice thing about not being an artifact, of course, is that it doesn't get blown up by Ultima. So yeah, no non-bow. And another non-bow that's let's talk about this card real quick. I haven't really gotten the names down yet. Let me just get that name real quick. It's the new temporary lockdown variant that also says specifically exile artifacts, Pinnacle Starcage. This one. Exile artifacts and creatures mana value 2 or less. So it also does non-bow Seam Rip. So you can put these two into the same deck with each other. Pretty damn cool, I'd say. And then for 8 mana, you have the option to is it even like a lockdown with upside? Sure, lockdown hits everything. But with Seam Rip, you even don't want to have lockdown in your deck, right? Like that was always the problem, that you couldn't play Portable Hole and lockdown in the same deck. Like in Pioneer, blue-white control, you either play one or the other, right? And now you can play Starcage plus Seam Rip, and you don't have that non-bow anymore. Yeah, pretty dope. In this deck, I will say though, I don't want to have this card because it is a non-bow with Ultima. So that is unfortunately a thing in standard. I guess you could theoretically just play this and then don't play Ultima and play 4 copies of Day of Judgment, or play there's a new 5 mana sweeper that exiles all creatures and artifacts, all creatures and spacecrafts, not artifacts, that you can run in the 5 mana slot as a sort of new Sunfall. That would not non-bow with this like Ultima does. But, I think Ultima is just a little bit too powerful. And I don't think there's enough need now as well to run something like, this temporary lockdown variant, because we do have another great early game removal. And what I always argued was one of the flaws of blue-white in the previous format was the early game removal situation. You had like Get Lost and Right's End and Elspeth Smite, and none of them feel really good at killing like 1 and 2 mana cards. They have their upsides, their downsides. So Seam Rip fills that hole. It fills that weakness. It gives us a great 1 mana removal spell. Not only killing creatures, also exiling Insidious Roots, Agatha Soul Cauldron, Proft. There's a lot of powerful 2 mana non-creature things you want to exile with this as well. Just fantastic cards. Really strong, really huge addition to blue-white, fixing that early game weakness. And then we have Consult the Star Charts, which is a new Memory Deluge variant that seems really strong to me. It has 2 mana, look at as many cards as you have lands, then take one of those into your hand, put the rest to the bottom. And for kicker, you can take 2 of those cards you look at. So you can play it for 2 mana. It's essentially an instant speed sleight of hand. If you cast it on turn 2, if you cast it for 4 mana on turn 4, it's a Memory Deluge without flashback. Of course, the nice thing about this card is its flexibility and that it scales very well into the late game. If I cast it on turn 7 for 2 mana, I take 1 of 7 cards. That's very Demonic Tutor-esque already, because looking at 7 cards is a is a lot. That's dig through time. You know, that's just very, very strong. So flexible, powerful in the late game, just a really a good all around, I would say. It goes around very mastermind, but not actually drawing cards. It just seems like a great card. It also works with Shiko, for what it's worth. It's in a way a 4-mana card, right? Because you're often going to use the kicker of it, but it does work with Shiko. So you can play it in your Shiko deck and flash it back on turn 5. You know, you get to look at five different cards. Oh, sorry, just my alarm on my clock took off. I must have accidentally placed that one. Anyways, card seems very good. One of the better. Like they've really given us some great blue card advantage in recent times with Stock Up and Consult the Charts. Really, 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 really good stuff. Yeah, and I mean the rest of the deck, not very exciting. We have the usual suspects, Overlords, Bezas, 3 steps ahead. I don't really have to explain this. The mana base is not great for sure. We're playing 12 basics in total. It's a lot. And then we have 7 tap lands. It's not great, not great. I would really like to have Hallowed Fountain. That would help the mana base a lot. It would make me able to play only like 5 tap lands and have less basics. But it's going to be all right, I think. We have 70 colored sources each and Demolition Field, and the Consulted Charts, the star shards should help a little bit if we have mana problems. We can use it on turn 2 to find that color that we need. Maybe the second blue for 3 steps ahead, or maybe the second white for one of our 4 drops. Yeah, I think it's going to be okay. It's not great, but it's going to be okay. And else, yeah, I mean, the one issue I guess this deck still might have is that it doesn't have the greatest kill conditions in the world right now. You know, you have to play these creatures and you have Fountainport. It's not fantastic. But the new set doesn't really, like, it didn't really give us anything in terms of powerful creatures to, or like planeswalkers or anything like that to play. There's the Sphinx, the 5-mana Sphinx, which is a powerful card. But I don't know, I feel like it just kind of compares to, I mean, it's not bad, you could play it, but it doesn't really, like, I don't know, it doesn't strike me as much better than like Marang, River Regent, or Overlord, or what have you. They all have their upsides, their downsides. Anyhow, having enough introduction about this deck, let's play some blue-white control here in early access. Let's annoy some people. No, that's not my goal. I just want to have fun. I just want to play with these cards. I couldn't wait. Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this works. We have Surveil playing against MTG Malone. That's a great avatar for him. That's a nice avatar. It looks exactly like him. Okay. Ultima gone. He's not gonna be happy to see that I'm playing blue-white, probably. I think I'd rather prefer having a land. Boros, okay. Land off the top, please. Okay. No? Alright, let's do this. A little unfortunate. Oops. That sucks. That's a lot of looks between 2 Surveils. I mean, if you keep a 1-lander, then it's this one, right? Alright. So he's gonna attack, then untap to station. Yeah, makes sense. Tezzeret. Okay. Tezzeret. Yeah, let's do this. I think I'm just gonna kill the Tez. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just cracked my hand. That was pretty loud. Some people don't like that. My mom is one of those. She's like, could you not do that? Demand answers. That's pretty nice here. 2-mana draw 2. Demand answers. What am I up to? What is he up to? Should be 2. Let's stock up. Flood farm. I mean, I'm gonna use my seam rip on this extruder, I guess, but I think I should just pick up the steps. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know, if I'd rather have the hard counter here than have another seam rip. But yeah, they've been pretty good. Pretty good. Ba, 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 ba. So this is the new... Yeah, you can tap it to make a robot. It's a new sort of Murex variant. Alright, this card's also not too bad. Artifact, draws 2. This, yeah, not too bad. Okay, gain 1. And then... Chainsaw. Wait, what? Okay. Okay, just to do that. Okay. Okay. Certainly doing things. Kind of want to get the Overlord down to provide pressure. Yeah. Sure. I think I need to, otherwise... I think I need to get this down. Otherwise he's gonna do some shenanigans. Now that I drew the 3 steps, I wish I would have taken one of these, I guess. But I do have Get Lost for the Halia, which... I don't quite understand yet what's going on here, because this like doesn't really make that much sense with these. I guess it does gain a lot of life, because it also gains life when you play an artifact. Okay, yeah. This one's annoying. This one I would really like to have the seam rip for. That's pretty powerful. My opponent has an engine now with this Adagia. If I had the seam rip here, this game would be probably a win for me. Or it would look very good for me. But someone just keeps honking out there. I don't know what's going on. Probably some entrance. It's so annoying. I'm just gonna close my windows. Demand answers with 0 cards in hand. Yeah, I mean, I think I have to counter that. No, yes. Yeah, probably. Yeah, if I had Seam Rip, I would really be been in a decent spot. I guess he could still copy the Moxide, draw cards. Or copy Chainsaw, I mean, kill my flyer. Yeah, but now he can copy the Extruder, kill this. Yeah, I mean, I have the Overload coming in 2 turns. That's certainly my strategy here. And I do have Day of Judgment, so I can blow up some golems, I guess. Demolition Field. Haha. Okay. Yeah, let's get rid of that. And just pass the turn, I guess. Get in planes. Okay. Okay. Makes me think... Yeah, whatever. I'm gonna take it. Like, if I do this, get lost... Actually... this is kind of awkward, isn't it? I'm starting to realize. If I Day of Judgment, he can still just make 2 guys end of turn. Maybe I shouldn't have taken it. I didn't want to give the maps, because that gives him like 2 nice artifacts to sacrifice. Into the Extruder is the issue here. You know what? You know what? I'm just gonna leave it be. Stock up. I just want to copy the Overload with the 3 steps ahead. Maybe I should play 27 lands. Oh, he's gonna crack that instead. Okay. Isn't that just strictly worse than making a free? You can also make a free and sack a free to then gain an additional life. Tap X. I didn't even read this. This has more text. This card seems kind of good. I don't know if it's better than Fountainport. It's pretty expensive for standard, but it has a lot of text, at least, for a colorless land. Second ability you can only activate as a sorcery. That's definitely good. Because Keswick Wolf Run kind of ish. Okay, that's pretty good. Well, I guess that's fine. I'm just gonna copy my guy. I guess I could have drawn 2 cards and countered. Yeah, maybe that's actually better, huh? It's unfortunate both my seam rips are on the oh no, I shuffled my deck. So I can actually find two of the remaining seam rips to get my Overlord back. This deals what, 5? Okay. This. So if they would have sacked the Halia, no, they can't. Okay, never mind. I was going to draw a card. Okay, no attacks. Okay. Doing stuff. All right, that was probably not bad. Because now I can go Marang. Bounce Halia. Bounce Worship. No, sorry, bounce the free, I mean. Yeah, let's see. I could also get Lost to Hylia and then like stock up. Okay, fair enough. I guess that I could have seen coming. Okay, well, sure. Then I guess I'm gonna stock up. I want the drag. Yeah, I think I punted there. I should have had the drag. I should have just played the dragon probably. So they can't do the double block. Okay. I guess Fountainport and yeah. All right. Okay. I mean, no trample, please. This card is certainly cool. It triggers Synthesizer. Seems pretty powerful. Just perfect with the repurposing bay, the Synthesizer. Like a blue-red artifact deck. Should be pretty good. I mean, red-white, I guess 2. Red-white gets this land. This land seems pretty good, I guess. And blue-white gets this land too. Yeah, I mean, I would presume that blue-white and red-blue would be the artifact colors you want to go for. One's a 28. It's still honking. Jesus Christ. Can you stop? Boom, can make a free there. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to do this, bounce these 2. And sack the free, sure. This chainsaw is big. Okay, attack. No, I mean, I have a lot of toughness, even if they can manage to give it trample somehow. I have the Marang. Sure. No attacks, okay. Let's stock up. Okay. I can take these two. Play this, get rid of the golem. And that's... They're forced... I guess they can make another golem, huh? Yeah, whatever. I mean, again, they could go up to 19. Actually, I can copy the Marang, right? And it's 12, yeah. All right, that's nice. All right, sweet. Okie dokie. That was a bit of a grind fest. I mean, missed a land drop. Luckily hit it the turn after. And yeah, I mean, without these seam rips, I think a normal blue-white list wouldn't have a shot. To be fair, you could make the argument that you could just play the 3-mana option, also the lockdown thingy. That would have been great this matchup. But it allowed me to like play it and hold up another. No, I played Get Lost on the Tezzeret, right? But yeah, I mean that was important. Having 2 spells in one. Lockdown wouldn't have been great there because it couldn't have dealt, or like I couldn't have spent my mana away. Yeah, just having a 1-mana play in a deck that's a little bit more slow and clunky and stock up is really nice. So this is a huge addition. All right, let's go. It just gives me a good vibe. I love the flexibility of it too. Like you're in a dire position, and you know, like only Ultima gets you out of it or something, and you just need to cast for 2 mana because you need exactly enough mana to cast the spell that you're trying to find. So yeah, it's just a lot to it. Spiteful Hexmage. Well, I guess I'm gonna get rid of it. I don't know. I mean, I might have a Kirin, you know, and if they have Kirin in hand, I would deny them the card draw here by killing the Hexmage. Yeah. Just a black-white. Oh no, Esper. Okay. Stock up. I have Day of Judgment. Demolition Field. Demolition Field should be the take. I don't think I need Beza in this matchup. I don't know. Beza, yeah. I mean, I have Day of Judgment. If I didn't have Day of Judgment, I would have probably taken a Beza, but I think Seam Rip, I don't know. It's probably close between that and Beza. Momentum Breaker. Nothing else, yeah. Alright, I'm gonna just cut the land, whatever. I'm probably just gonna Marang next turn. Oh, okay. In that case, I guess I'm gonna stock up the Seam Rip. Okay. Just take a Normalize. And the nice thing is also I can cast it for 2 mana plus another thing. So much like next turn, right? If he Memory Deluge, you had to decide, hey, do I cast Normalize? Do I cast this? It's the problem of like card draw is that it's just too clunky at times, right? Like stock up, if you draw too many stock ups, too many Marangs, it clogs up your hand, it costs a lot of mana. Day of Judgment, I guess. I don't know what's happening here, but it looks like my opponent doesn't have too many creatures. Yeah, sure. Okay. I could blow up a land. They might not have a basic. I don't know that. Could work. But they usually play like a couple basics, I would think. That's pretty good, I guess. Sure. Yeah. Okay. For example, now I can dig really deep towards a Get Lost. I can draw 3 here, play land, and then look at the top 6. Find my Get Lost. It's pretty good. But I think I'm just gonna play Marang River Regent. Bounce the Kaito. They're gonna play Pixie and kill my Marang. Which isn't great, to be honest, but I think it's better than, I don't know, like if I don't find the Get Lost, it is awkward. Yeah. The Kaito was pretty good there. Now again, I can't interact with the Kaito because I don't have removal for it. Tidebinder is still legal. It's not a great sideboard card. Okay, I guess I can Anchorage block here. And then I can counter the Nowhere to Run. That will not work if they have a land double Nowhere to Run, I guess. I wonder what my opponent's new cards are. I didn't spend in detail thinking about this new set, I have to say. This is one of those, it's not standard relevant for me. I don't have any standard events coming up. It's kind of awkward that they made the standard qualifier right before the new set came out. A little bit awkward, I would say. I'm just gonna use my normalize when I can here. Honestly, I have too many of them. Yeah, I guess Tiny Bones joins up in a way as a new card, huh? Didn't see play before. So now I don't want to anchorage into the Nowhere to Run, I think. They probably just have Kirin and Nowhere to Run, I would think. They could have a counterspell. If I cast this for kicker, they counter it, it would actually be pretty annoying. Sure. I'm just gonna counter everything. Tiny Bones will also get countered. I need to find an Overlord. This is really powerful. I mean, I look at 8 cards, I take 2 of them. No Get Lost, no Overlord. Yikes. I guess I'll take these 2 then. I could blow up the blue theoretically. They don't have an island. I could also activate Anchorage. At least they have to spend the 2 mana to kill it, right? That means no Kaito. This has been a very weird game. Okay. Okay. Let's start with this, I guess. Okay. So here I could take land 3 steps and then seam rip the Pixie. I could also take land stock up, like another Demolition Field. And then if they resolve the Kaito, I just Get Lost it. That seems kind of nice, to be honest. If I find a Get Lost, which, I mean, I hope I will. Yeah. Here I could take Get Lost, Stock Up, or Get Lost, Free Steps. I think I should just take Free Steps at this point. Seam Rip, I love it. So good. So good. This might be the best 1 mana removal in Standard at this point, with Cut Down gone. What else do we have? Burst Lightning, Cut Down, Torch the Tower. I mean, Torch the Tower is pretty good. Floodmaw. You know, they all have their upsides, but Seam Rip is certainly up there. It's certainly in that category, by absolutely in that category. Yeah, it's a little annoying. I think I... Yeah, this Pixie deck can grind. I do wonder about blowing up lands now. I really want them to cast the Kaito. But if they have more small creatures, this could be awkward. Because then they play the small creature, and I don't have a way to deal with it, and now I'm like left. I can counter it, I guess, but if it's 1 mana, then I can't counter it. I mean, I guess I could pay 3 mana to counter it, but that's pretty bad. I mean, I have 3 more Get Lost in my deck. I have 3 Overlords in my deck. Certainly grinding me out of kill conditions. Okay, they're passing the turn by sharking themselves. That's really weird. I'm just gonna throw one of these demo fields out and see if they have basics. Okay. They did have an island. 4, 5, 8 mana. So I guess I don't want to do anything. Oh, by the way, you can copy the new temporary lockdown with this one too. That's a neat combo. I'm certainly gonna counter that. Why did they leave up 4 manas? I'm not sure. I mean, I could ditch the land, I guess. I don't know. I don't think I need 2 rafts at this point. Where are my overlords? I've seen like 40 cards. More. I've seen like 45 cards. I haven't seen an overlord. No spells to get back. I mean, this card has to be worse without this turn ain't big enough, huh? Okay. Christ. Keeping lands in hand is also important because of Momentum Breaker. I guess I keep shuffling my deck. That doesn't help. Like now I might be shuffling the Overlords to the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this if I don't draw the Overlords at some point. I lost both Marangs. Spent 3 stock ups and 2 consult. It's consult, right? It's not an easy to pronounce word for me. I have the 1 Fountainport left, I guess. I have 2 Anchorage left. No, I'm gonna lose. Crazy.
Your secrets didn't stay hidden for long.
One of those games, huh? Yeah. I should have maybe should have 4 Overlords in my deck. I don't know. I mean, this was one of those games, you know, like I've drawn a million cards. My opponent 2 for 1 or 3 for 1 a bunch of times with these Kirans and whatnot, which, you know, Kaito 2 for 1, I had to bounce it. As Pixie can grind very well, but like if I find 1 Overlord, it just stops. Overlord is incredible against them. Like the tokens are really annoying. The 6/6 is unkillable if you have the tokens to sack into the breaker. So, but if I had Overlord this game, if I had Overlord turn 4, this game would have been a slam dunk. Yeah, whatever happens. Okay. Could also see that you should play 4 Anchorage and not 3. Surveilling is nice, but the killcon issue is real. So having more than less might be good. I think it's another Vivi deck. It's kind of a good target for Seam Rip. Normalize is pretty good against their deck. I didn't want to consult because I this is the type of hand where I really would like to. I only have 1 card advantage spell, so I really want to use the most out of it. Make the most out of it. Oh, Jeskai. Interesting. Kind of walks in the Day of Judgment. Okay. Do I cast this? Puts you in front of interesting decisions. If I draw a land, I would rather just cast this for 4 mana than Day of Judgment next turn. Like the turn after. I don't think I will. Interesting. Alright, I'll cast Dark up here. I mean, I do have to hit a land drop or 2. Could get rid of the fear of missing out to stem the bleeding a little bit. I don't really know what I'm up against. Might just be Jeskai Oculus, I guess. I don't know. I just want a Day of Judgment next turn, I think. So it's a pretty obvious sweeper at this point, but, you know, who cares? I guess if I Seam Rip, they kind of have to commit more. And now they don't have to commit more. They could just play Prof too. They have a Verge mana base. That's another Joshua. What the heck? Is the hand this bad? Try to get to Oculus, I guess. Plasma Bolt. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, they should have cast the Joshua before attacking, right? Because then they would have gotten the Fear untapped trigger there. They could have just legendary ruled out the new Joshua and then deal me 3 more damage there. Okay. Man, I love this card. I don't know, just the vibe of it. It's exactly my type of card. Okay, sure. If I draw land, I would go Day of Judgment. But at this point, I'm a little bit afraid of Oculus specifically, and I want to keep a Day of Judgment for the Oculus. And so now I'm just gonna do these 2. Yeah, I'm gonna go to 10. If they play another creature, I just consult the charts, find an untapped land, then Day of Judgment. And then I can hold up Normalize, Get Lost on the next turn. Sure. Lightning Helix. All right. Lightning Helix is the discard, so your card in hand is better than Lightning Helix. Yeah. Yeah, the deck was not very good against control, I guess. Perfect. A Lampalot, nice. Oh, he's qualified for the Arena Championship. It's Michael Bonder. Arena Championship 9. Maybe I can check the formats for that one. I should be able to find that out, actually. He's trying out Infestion Sage. Oh, he wants to go. This is Sephiroth deck. A Sephiroth deck. I'm gonna wait on that. Yeah, black, white Sephiroth. With like Voice of Victory. Yeah. That's why I wanted to wait on that one. I mean, yeah. I don't know, yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna kill it. I guess you could make the argument that I should have just not done anything there and just Day of Judgment turn 4. It's reasonable. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna Day of Judgment. Yeah. Oh, he could have scryed there, couldn't he? He could have sacked the Gorehound to scry 1 at least, to surveil 1. Okay. Ultima would be a little nicer. It would prevent these triggers from happening. Ooh, nice. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty powerful, yeah. Alright, let's go this and then pass the turn, I guess. Yeah, I mean, the Gorehound should have indicated that Raise the Past is what he's doing. To me, I could have foreseen that. It's not really that I could have played around it, to be fair. No, I mean, not realistically, right? Like, the one decision point I had in this game was the Seam Rip. That was maybe a mistake, I don't know. Whoa, that's pretty aggressive. Just take free. Okay. I get lost not looking too hard against my opponent's deck. But Overlord looking great again. I mean, Beza would be good too in that spot, to be fair. Okay. Yeah, I mean... sure. Knight Errant of Eos would be very good in this deck. Kept the card on top, okay. If he keeps on top, it's probably Raise the Past or Sephiroth. Oh, interesting. Okay. Sure. It's kind of neat with Gorehound, I guess. He doesn't even want to attack the Umbral. Could kill the Gorehound here. Block, take 4, go to 7. This encampment is annoying. Yeah, this isn't great. I don't know, I should have let him surveil first. That was stupid. That was out of sequence. Bad sequencing by me. I mean, I have demo field for that thing, I guess. Take a lot of damage though, which I don't like. Probably just have to do this. Take 5, go to 6, then he maps onto something. I need to get to this Overlord. I mean, I'm just gonna blow up the encampment again. Oh, he's doing that. Okay. That's 5 power now. Okay, well, let's blow this up. There's a Forsaken Miner he milled as well, so he can get that back somehow, some way, maybe. And pass the turn. Wait, what? Oh, he only has 2 swamps in his deck? Okay. Could you not have, like, drawn that this turn? Or just something else, like a shitty 1/1, a land? Did you need to draw a good card? Wait, what? Did you just misclick? Oh, because he had it on top. That's smart. I'm just being a little dumb. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. He didn't want to shuffle his deck because he wanted to keep the card on top. That makes a lot of sense. Now I'm in big trouble, huh? So now if I... actually, I'm okay. I do survive. I block the miner, kill the witch, go to 1, essentially. Yeah. And then, yeah, it's gonna work. It's gonna work out just fine. It's gonna work out just fine because I then can copy the Overlord to make 4 blockers in total. Which isn't enough against this. That's pretty impressive. If this would have been an untapped land, I would have enough blockers. Damn, he got me. He did get me. I could have 3 steps to counter the witch. And then get lost the whatever creature they buff. There's no 1-mana card I can draw into. Man, that's annoying. So close. Beza would have been fantastic in this matchup. Sideboard card you could have. It's a cool deck my opponent has. Could be good. There was no moment where I could have seam ripped because this would not have been a creature until end of turn. Yeah. Alright, fair enough. Close game. Alright, new opponent on the draw. Clunker of a hand. Yeah, maybe this deck is a little too clunky. Ooh, I don't know. This feels iffy to keep. I mean, I have like 12 2-mana plays or less. Plus the consoles, so 16 cards that I can play before turn 3. I have 2 draw steps to draw them. I don't know. Deck is certainly a little bit greedier now. than it used to be. Like more Overlords, less Beza. No lockdown means you don't have like. I mean, you do have. No lockdown is. Before you had like 8 2-mana removal spells and lockdown. Now you have 8. Like this list has 8 2-mana removal spells or less, but no lockdowns, right? That's I guess a little bit less interaction before turn 4. Okay, I'm just gonna pass the turn here. I mean, this doesn't give uncountable. Okay. Big Dragons, Nova Kite. That's haste, right? Yeah. Alright, sure. Get the boy out there. The Marang River region is probably going to be good here. Oh. Land destruction. Nasty, nasty. This is a... Yeah. They didn't make a land drop. Overlord is just a ridiculous magic card, seriously. Like, what the heck? One of the best cards in this format. It's just so insane. The raid is just incredible. I mean, 4 mana to get 2/2/1s is not that bad, right? You get that 6/6 that just wins. Oh. 6/6 that just wins the game. That was pretty good. Oh. Wow, my opponent's crushing me. Okay, that was a good draw. Damn. Fire magic, Jesus. Alrighty. So what does this do? This is essentially a mana rock now. Okay. With the ability to become an Anchorage. Okay. This deals 4 to me as well, right? Yeah. So the Clive can transform into a creature that fights my Overlord next turn. So better find another Get Lost. Or I'm in trouble. Yeah. Let's bluff the Get Lost, I guess. Maybe that will work. Okay. Go to 4. I go to 6. If the map token hits, I'm dead. Yeah, that's also GG. Okay. Alright. Fair enough. Well, alright, that was blue-white control, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a little tilted about my misclick in that last one against the second match against Lampalot. Yeah. We kept a little bit of a slow hand there, and well, like, yeah, the fire magic got me pretty good, to be fair. Like, that just won the game. The fire magic essentially killing all my chump blockers that I need to block, like big flying hasty dragons that they had with that 3-mana orb thingy. Anyways, yeah, you could certainly build this deck a little bit differently. You could like shave a console, you could shave a free steps, play some more white removal cards in the early game, or play like a Beza. I don't know about the 2 Marang. I mean, Marang is just a nice card, but it does fight a little bit with the consoles. So I don't know if you know, that will be to be seen which exact configuration you play. But I mean, roundabout, this seems kind of good to me. It really does also depend on always with control. It controls a reactive archetype. It's usually not good early in a format, and you want to adapt to the format, right? You want to see what other people are actually doing, and then you want to play exactly. Like maybe you don't want to play Seam Rip, maybe you want to play that temporary lockdown, or maybe you want to play both, which you can, and then you don't play Ultima, right? That's also an option. So like things like these questions, what removal, what counter spells you want to play in the early game, what stabilizing threats, how many Beza, what all that is really decided by the meta game. Do you want to have any else spells? Yada yada yada. But I still think this is, like a deck that has lost very few cards, has gotten replacements and better cards in those slots. So actually a deck that didn't get weakened by rotation, that got better by rotation, just looking at the card quality. Okay, I guess one point you could make is that the mana base is worse. That's fair. But the mana base is still playable, I would say. And it's going to get better when we get Hallowed Fountain, which we might just get in the Spider-Man set, presumably. We're going to get the other 5 Shocklands. I don't know. But yeah, so that's all. That's great. That's going for this deck. I mean, you could make the argument that it might not be good because the metagame is going to evolve in such a way where there's going to be decks that are really good against this deck. But I don't know. That's really just a hypothetical. Nobody can say that. Nobody can know that. And I don't know if that's even a big hypothetical, because blue-white has the tools to kind of like deal with anything. You have enchantment removal in the main deck. We obviously are good against creature decks. We have Seam Rip for like the roots and whatnot stuff. Cauldrons. We have Ultima for artifact decks. We have counter spells. Demolition Field for lands. It's like you can't really slip through blue-white that easily. Some type of spell-based combo deck like Omniscience that has stuff like Mistrise Village, or has a Cavern of Souls, that could certainly be a nightmare in game 1. And then like Omniscience, the old Omniscience deck was a nightmare for blue-white control. So a deck like that could certainly, if that becomes the best deck in the format, you don't want to play blue-white. But yeah, overall, I would think this is kind of good. Or like a Kaito deck, I guess, could also be problematic. The Seam Rip type stuff doesn't really. Consult helps a little with Kaito, to be fair. It does help at finding an answer to it if they Kaito you early in the game. So that's something, I guess. Anyways, that's it for blue-white control. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.